right. So I have a big bag of clean brass 6.5 Creedmoor. I even got some new bullets I will try. The Norma GTX. So it's a new Norma bullet, made of high performance bullets. So it's supposedly made to replace the Norma Golden Target, which has been used for a very long time with great success in Sweden. So I'm gonna try this. It's 143 grains, and my Haenel likes heavy bullets, so but this will be some separate video when I make loads for this and see what it likes. But I do have a shitload of casing, so I need to load for that. And I'm gonna use Sierra Match King's 142 grains, which I have a fair few of. And I'm almost all out of, this one is empty, of Vitavori N150, which I use for this. So I got a big jug of it, 3.5 kilos, which should be enough for about 1,500 rounds. So I'm set for that. So I'm gonna load at least like a 50 6.5 Creedmoors. So yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, apparently there's something shitty with my primers. I don't have that many left. So I'm gonna throw those away, get new primers, and then start loading a bunch of 6.5 Creedmoor. Then I have to go to the range and see what they can do. Okay, so now I have 50 6.5 Creedmoors done. It doesn't take that long, but I use my 550 as a single stage, just so I can check everything. I had some issues with primer seating, one seated on the side. So I get more control doing it like this when I want to have precision ammo and don't want to have any surprises. There you go, pretty little rounds. So I'll start with 50 and we'll see where I go from there. And in the future I'll do some of these, I guess, and see how they work. It's a very cold day. I'm at 400 meters and the targets are way over there. I'm gonna shoot my AR-15. I'm gonna zero it first. So I guess let's get going. Let's go see. Okay. tog mina tomhylsevägen nu då. Hello friends. So I'm at 500 meter range, set up my little camera, film myself from the side. The fancy zoom camera. Someone always asks me what I use. So this is Nikon Coolpix P900, I believe it is. The old version. So this is 1080p. There is a new version that's 4K. But since I only have that in a little picture up in the corner, it doesn't matter. This is the GH5. And I'm using a 25mm lens on it right now. Prime lens. It's a little bit of a pancake lens. I have a small rig cage. I painted the Swedish K green on it as well. So considering getting a Ninja 5 monitor on it, because it's kind of hard to figure out the where your focus is some of the times, and it's a good piece of kit. So I'm shooting the Haenel CR6.5. Had some issues with the scope because it doesn't have a 0 stop, so I was 1 revolution off. So that sucks. That sucks a lot. So I'm considering getting a new scope. This one is a bit old, and I noticed in this weather condition where it's white against black, which means maximum contrast, I get a shitload of chromatic aberrations, which is like, let's see if I can simulate chromatic aberrations here. So you can simulate it with like branches against the sky, when it's like blue lines, outlines on the branches. It doesn't seem to want to do that for me right now, or it is, because I can't see it on my screen. Anyway, I have my hand loads with me, so let's do some half-kilometer shots out to the steel. There, over there is where the 400, next to those trees is where the 400 meter berm is. So yeah, this will be fun. Yeah, let's go. Okay, so I'm not showing you how to that thing. The censorship on YouTube is getting ridiculous. By the way, a cold day like this, you really want to have a plastic Magpul stock, not something aluminium. So I put a random amount of perhaps like 10 rounds in the 10 round low capacity politically correct magazine. Please don't cancel me. So I'm aiming at the small one, and I remember the safety. So there's a tiny amount of wind, which should be about like 1 mil. Well, no, 0.1 mil. I always say that wrong. So I'm holding left edge of the tiny target. And the wind is totally gone. It was a little bit high, but could have been me pulling the shot. So let's just hold the center bottom third. Now I got a hit. So if you can actually do adjustments on the fly like that and it works, then you know your ammunition is consistent. But I had this one shot when at the 400 meter berm that just jumped up like 0.5 mils out of nowhere, and I can't really explain why that happened. So let's just keep shooting at the tiny little target and see if the consistency is there. I loaded like over 100 rounds at the same time, not in the magazine, just reloaded. Please don't eat me alive, Mr. Algorithm. Anyway, so I might have been a little bit tired after a while, but I should have been consistent. Let's take the same exact shot and see if the wind is my friend. Just right of the target, but the height was correct for where I wanted to hit. Let's measure in the optic how. Yeah, I should go 1 click up. That's about 5 centimeters at the target. So it's blowing a little bit to the right now, but I'm gonna try to just aim at the same place. No, now I'm aiming at the center of the tiny target. And now I'm a bit high, so let's just go back down. That's probably correct, but I'm still right of the target, so let's hold left edge. And now I hit it when I held left edge. So the thing is, no tree is moving, no the little twigs sticking up out of the ground this time of year, none of them are moving. The wind is pretty much non-existent. I would say like 1-2 meters per second at the most, but it's hard to say because you have to basically have a look at the ground, or there is really no mirage or anything. Let's take the same left edge shot. Now I forgot the safety. Yeah, still hit it. This is fun. So now I really wish I could go out to even further distances. 1/2 kilometer, that's nice. And the target isn't that big. The target is about this size. So yeah, it's not a large target, and at 1/2 kilometer or 512 meters when I lasered it. I don't know, what is that in yards? God damn it, you guys have to Google it if you're in the US. I might put it on screen if I remember. But anyway, it's fun. I wish I had a smaller target to try to hit, but I have what's on the berm. Let's do it again because I can. Oh, that's top right. That could have been ammunition. Me pulling the shot after taking a babbling break. It's getting hard to see the target with a dark background. Now I hit it. I probably pulled that shot. That was probably me being a bit too eager. So yeah, shooting stuff like this is a lot about controlling your breath. If you're listening to my breath, when I take the shot, I exhale. I don't empty my lungs. I just exhale very slowly. So I'll try to exaggerate it and hopefully the mic will catch it. So I am leaning into the rifle, leaning into it, loading it so I can spot my own shot because the recoil won't make the rifle jump around that much. I don't have a bubble level on this scope, so I cannot really check my cant. So I have to use my best judgment on that. But it's pretty flat ground, so it should be fine. And since it's a 2-stage trigger, first when I'm talking, the side is jumping around. So I first take the first shelf of it before I pull the trigger. And while I do that, I exhale. So let's see if I can hit it. So I'm squaring up against the rifle, putting forward pressure on the bipod. Well, that was just below it. But anyway, so I hope you can hear. I exhale like that. And it's on safe, so let's point it at the berm anyway. So some people go this far into the trigger when they want to pull it. I never do that. I don't know why people do that. I put the tip of my finger, the middle of the end of my finger. In Swedish we call it fingerblomman, but it's a little twirl on your fingerprint. Middle of that I put on it because it's easier to pull straight back. If you have it in here, it's like you don't have the fine control, the fine motor control. If you put it in here, the trigger here, you have the fine motor control up here. So you want to squeeze, and you want to
and when it breaks, it's exactly when you want it to. Yeah. So I always do that. So you have finer control, and you can take quick shots if you need to. And the important part is you can take exact precision shots. So let's try to do that again. Ah, I think it's blowing. I think that was a right. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna try again. Now I hit it. So I think the issue for me is I can't really see where the target ends and the black earth behind it begins. So I'm not sure where the target actually is in my scope right now. I would need to paint the target to actually be able to take. So that's another thing. To actually be precise, you're going to have a good point of aim. If you can aim really small, you will hit small, right? So now I'm having issues because I can't really see the target. It's brown and the background is brown. So it's just like these kind of distances at the target at half a kilometer away where I'm uncertain. So then it's hard to be precise with the shots I take. Yeah. So usually at competitions you have like it's in the summer or something, so the background is dark and the target is white. Now it's red. Red works fine against snow, but against it works fine against the dirt as well with a scope. Not if you're shooting open iron sights or something, but when you hit the target, you remove the paint. The paint can stand up to bullets. So then it's a dark rusty surface against a dark brownish background, and yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Anyway, continuing on, I have a rear bag, so the Magpul stock is awesome, and it has this little slope here, so I can adjust the height by having the bag at different distances. And if you noticed, I'm aiming and holding up the rifle with my left hand like this. I still have some ammunition. Let's take some more shots. So watch my left hand. Now the sight is below the target, so I have to lower it. And I do it by squeezing the target. So now when I'm squeezing, I really should have my camera on the scope so you guys could see. But believe me when I say that the optic is going up, straight up and straight down when I'm doing this. This hand, the trigger hand, have it as relaxed as possible. The only thing that you really want to touch the rifle with is the trigger finger on the trigger when you're ready to fire. So, yeah. I'm gonna hit the large plate now, just because that one needs some love as well. I think I hit it. Kind of sounded like it, but it's a big plate. Let's do it again. I have more rounds. It sounds like it's getting a smack. I wonder if I have to censor removing the magazine, but it's kind of a safety thing, so you shouldn't leave the magazine in the rifle when you're not using it, because it can be hard to see if it's loaded or not. YouTube is making my life difficult. Some of the things they do is actually kind of a safety issue when you're handling guns. Like some ways you cannot manipulate the rifle. I can't remove the front device, can't remove this, can't remove this, can't really do anything showing how it works. I can just talk around it like I'm trying to do now. YouTube. Anyway, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you. Shouldn't run out all my ammunition. Right, have a nice day. It's just a beautiful January day here. It's just heading off from the shooting range, but I had to take some video of this. There's so much frost in the trees. They're super nice. And the fog is just above the trees. Yeah, Beautiful, beautiful.